Hello everyone, good morning. This is me Manya Gupta, your tech host. Bulletin of the day starts with Operation Sindoor. India's precision strike showcases cutting-edge military technology. Microsoft's new 12-inch Surface Pro, a small wonder. OpenAI wants to cut Microsoft's revenue share amid restructuring. Google Gemini now lets you upload 10 images in one prompt. Google brings Gemini 2.5 Pro I/O edition for developers. AMD defies China sanctions, forecast higher revenue for Q2. About India's satellite crackdown, which puts pressure on Starlink and OneWeb. So in yesterday's quiz, we asked you which company developed the operating system. The answer is Google. Now it's time for a daily tech question. Here's the one today. What is the full form of ROM? R-O-M. Confident you got the answer? Drop your guess in the comments below. Tune into tomorrow's bulletin to find out if you nailed it. Starting with the news section, on May 6, 2025, the Indian Armed Forces launched Operation Sindoor, a series of precision strikes targeting 9 sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. These strikes were in retaliation for a terrorist attack on April 22 in Indian-administered Kashmir that killed 26 people. Operation focused on areas allegedly linked to Islamic militant groups Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba. The Indian Air Force deployed Rafale jets armed with Scalp missiles and AASM hammer bombs in 23 minutes long Operation Sindoor. The Scalp missile, a long-range air-launched cruise missile, and AASM hammer, a precision-guided munition, enabled accurate targeting of terrorist infrastructure while minimizing the collateral damage. In addition to these advanced munitions, the operation likely utilized India's indigenous Swathi Weapon Locating Radar, that is WLR, and Battlefield Surveillance Radar, short range. The Swathi WLR is designed to detect and track incoming artillery rounds, mortar, and rockets, locating their launchers up to 30 to 40 kilometers away. Moving on to our next news, Microsoft has just unveiled its 12-inch Surface Pro, a sleek, compact version of its popular 2-in-1 PC that is likely to appeal users craving portability without sacrificing power. Starting at $799, this device is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon X Plus chip and includes 16 GB of RAM and 256 GB storage. At just 680 grams, it's ideal for users on the go, and it promises up to 12 hours of battery life. What makes it unique is first its slim profile and redesigned keyboard, now magnetically attachable to back. It also supports a slim pen, although keyboard is sold separately. Microsoft has removed the traditional Surface Connect port, making the device future-forward but incompatible with older accessories. For many, that's a trade-off worth accepting. While it doesn't aim to replace the flagship 13-inch Surface Pro X, this 12-inch version redefines the mini laptop concept of 2025. It's not just a tablet and not quite a traditional laptop, it is both, arguably better. Well, moving on, in a major shift, OpenAI is reportedly planning to reduce Microsoft's revenue share from the company. Currently, Microsoft earns a 20% cut on OpenAI's API revenue, but by 2030 that could be slashed to 10%. Why? It all links back to OpenAI's desire to remain true of its non-profit roots. Despite being closely tied to Microsoft with a multi-billion-dollar investment in Azure as OpenAI's exclusive cloud partner, the company wants to reduce dependency and increase independence. Sources say that restructuring is intended to return more control to OpenAI's non-profit board, potentially limiting the influence of CEO Sam Altman and ensuring safety-focused decision-making in AI development. Google Gemini just got more powerful. The AI model now allows users to upload up to 10 images per prompt, a significant leap from the earlier limit of just 1. This means you can show the AI off a photo of your room, your pet, a meal, a document, and even memes all in one go, and get tailored insight summaries, even creative suggestions. This feature is available across Android, iOS, and web, supporting Gemini 2.0 Flash, 2.5 Flash, and the powerful 2.5 Pro. On Android, the Gemini app can also take photos in real time and instantly feed them into your prompt. So if you're asking Gemini to plan your travel, analyze designs, or brainstorm home decor ideas, it has now more visual context to work with. The move brings Gemini closer to multimodal AI experiences where text, images, even sound can be processed together for better results. It also marks a direct challenge to OpenAI's GPT-4 with vision. For users, this means better response, more accurate outputs, and far more creative flexibility. Moving on, we have Google, which is pushing deeper into the AI developer space with its newly launched Gemini 2.5 Pro I/O edition. This model, released ahead of Google I/O 2025, is specially tuned for developers, with enhanced capabilities for coding, debugging, and building software. Unlike its predecessors, the I/O edition isn't just about answering program questions. It can actively transform and edit code, handle long prompts more efficiently, and integrate seamlessly into existing developer workflows. The model is already accessible via Gemini app and API for paid users. Google says the goal is to empower developers with tools that feel like having a coding partner on demand. Timing isn't accidental. Google wants to showcase its generative AI leadership before major announcement at I/O. By focusing on software development, Gemini positions itself as more than a consumer tool. It's a serious player in AI-powered development ecosystem. For developers, it means smarter paired programming. For Google, it's about building an ecosystem that rivals not just ChatGPT, but Microsoft's GitHub, Copilot, Anthropic's Claude for developers. Next, moving on, despite US sanctions limiting exports of high-end AI chips to China, AMD is optimistic. Chipmaker forecasts second quarter revenue of $7.4 billion, well above market expectations, thanks to booming demand in data centers and AI infrastructure. Sales of AMD's AI and server chips, particularly to tech giants like Microsoft and Meta, surged 80% year over year. Even as Chinese market becomes more restricted, AMD is pivoting successfully towards Western cloud players who are scaling up the AI systems at unprecedented rates. The company also unveiled plans to launch new AI chips later this year, aiming to challenge Nvidia's dominance in the AI hardware market. With AMD's stock already up significantly in 2025, investors are betting big on company's future in AI, gaming, and enterprise computing. In a landscape filled with geopolitical uncertainty, AMD's strong financial performance is a sign of adaptability. It shows that chip makers can still thrive even when global politics disrupt the supply chains. Last but not the least, we have a news about India, which is tightening its grip on satellite internet operations, creating significant roadblocks for companies like Starlink and OneWeb. The new regulations, which focus on licensing, data handling, and local partnerships, this aims to ensure national security and prevent unregulated satellite communication. For Elon Musk, Starlink, and Bharti-backed OneWeb, their presence a regulatory headache. India has massive potential for satellite internet, especially in rural areas. With compliance hurdles, they are now higher. Companies must get clearance from multiple government bodies, set up some local data centers, and possibly partner with Indian firms to operate legally. The crackdown is a part of India's broad tech sovereignty push, where the government wants more oversight of these emerging technologies like AI, cloud, and now satellite communication. Critics say that this would slow innovation, while supporters argue that it is necessary to protect data and infrastructure. This isn't a blanket ban, but a tightening leash. For Indian users dreaming of low latency, global internet from space, the wait just got longer. For global companies, India's message is clear: play by our rules or don't play at all. Now, this was all for today's bulletin. I'll again meet you tomorrow. Till then, stay safe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe IT Voice for all the tech updates.